we're going to be talking about something that's well heard out there, but apparently not very well understood. And that's this thing called the placebo effect. What's a placebo, first of all, and what's the placebo effect?
Well, first of all, a placebo doesn't have any effect. It's an inert substance. So what is the placebo effect actually? It's the effect of everything that surrounds the placebo in a medical situation. It's about being patients being immersed, participating in a healing relationship, and hopeful of getting better by getting treatment.
So we know from your research there's the double-blind study, and then there's the open study. Can you please define what a double-blind study is versus the open study related to placebos?
When you do a drug trial, it's the drug versus placebo, double-blind. So the patient doesn't know if they're taking the real drug or a placebo. It's concealed. The open-label placebo, the honest placebo, we tell them it's a placebo. It has no active ingredients. It's like a sugar pill. And sometimes, in some people, it may help. Many people get better in double-blind studies while they're on placebo treatment. We used to say that's because they used to think they're on the drug because it's double-blind, and then they think it's better. But once my team and other teams have started testing whether you can give placebos in the context of a doctor-patient relationship, honestly, this is a placebo. It has an inert substance. There's no substance here, but let's see what it does for you. People still got better. Not everyone, but some people, some of the time, significantly got better. It's telling us that it's not something you think. It's something that you do. And that doing is being in this relationship.
We're talking about a patient that knows they're taking this inert substance.
That's a new concept.
Going in.
And it's still doing it.
Yeah.
Which means that there's other mechanisms besides belief that's going on.
Okay. What is happening in the placebo effect?
Okay. The placebo is a tricky concept, but what you want to do is start with what are perceptions, what are sensations, and important in this situation, what are symptoms. But the brain has to interpret the sensations. When you fall down and hurt your back, the brain amplifies that sensation because you need to rest. That in many situations, the back gets better, but your brain is still hyperactive and hyperexcited and sending signals saying you're still in pain. What placebos are doing is putting a person in a situation that's a drama, a performance. When we do open label placebo, people say, that ain't gonna work for me. It's crazy. And I said, listen, it might not work, it might work, but take it and just tell me what happens. For some people, some of the time, the brain sort of turns down the volume of the hyperexcitability and you get a placebo response. I think the evidence for what placebos treat is primarily symptoms of things like pain in the head, pain in the back, pain in the belly, fatigue, anxiety, things that you measure and see by yourself. The placebo is not a cure-all. It doesn't treat malaria. It doesn't lower cholesterol. It's not going to lower your hypertension, this placebo pill. It's really about symptoms that you experience. And it's about shifting the brain to interpret those symptoms differently. The brain is constantly dialing up and dialing down your symptoms. There's signals coming from your back right now going to your brain. There's signals from your toe going to your brain. But you know what the brain says? They're not important. But what happens is it's the symptoms that are primarily affected by placebo are out of control. And some of the time, the brain automatically, even though it knows it's on a placebo, turns it down.
So what's the latest cutting edge of your research?
We've done a large randomized controlled trial in irritable bowel syndrome, and we ran 260 patients. We randomized some to honest placebo, some to double-blind placebo. And what we were able to show is that the response to open-label honest placebo was no different than the response to double-blind placebo. That's mind-boggling. We can actually think about how to use that response for helping patients. Another experiment that we just published in the same year is an experiment where we took patients post-surgical low back pain. They're getting lots of opioids. Every time they took an opioid, they had to take the open label placebo. And we were able to reduce the opioid consumption by 30%. So that's very promising. It's still preliminary. Even though I talk about symptoms as being primarily the phenomena, there's an underlying neurobiology. When people are treated with placebo and get placebo effects, specific, quantifiable, and relevant areas of the brain are engaged. We know that neurotransmitters are involved, endorphins, cannabinoids, serotonin. So there's an underlying biology that serves this idea that the brain self-regulates.
Why is your research and the research in general on placebos so important for health and wellness and the future of our healthcare?
Well, I certainly think it's important. I've dedicated my life to it. The history of not paying attention to placebo responses has thrown away important ingredients of healthcare. Placebos seem to work on many common symptoms, even if you know it's an inert substance in the context of doctor-patient relationship or healing relationship. Placebos tell us a lot about what is medicine. It tells us that it's more than pharmacology. And I think ultimately, placebos is a way of acknowledging that medicine is not only about good treatment, and thank God we have good treatments that are more than placebos, but it's also about the doctor-patient relationship and the participation in a healing relationship.
Professor T, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.